shocking attacks, a look at history, assassination attempts. These moments have left an indelible mark on our collective memory, shaping the course of history in ways we often struggle to comprehend. They shake us to our core. The immediate aftermath is always a whirlwind of fear and confusion, leaving us grappling with the sudden loss and the stark reality of vulnerability. We remember the fear, the confusion. These dark moments are etched into the annals of history, serving as grim reminders of the fragility of life and the ever-present shadow of violence. History is full of these dark moments. From ancient times to the modern era, the spectre of assassination has loomed large, altering the destinies of nations and the lives of countless individuals.
John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr. These names are synonymous with hope and progress, yet their lives were abruptly ended by acts of violence that shocked the world. These leaders were tragically cut down. Their deaths left a void that was felt not just in their own countries, but around the globe, as people mourned the loss of visionaries who had inspired millions. More recently, we've seen attempts on figures like Donald Trump and Shinzo Abe. These incidents serve as stark reminders that the threat of assassination is not confined to the past. These events remind us that violence can erupt anywhere. No one is immune. The unpredictability of such attacks underscores the constant vigilance required to protect public figures.
In 2016, a man rushed the stage at a Trump rally. He was subdued, but the intent was clear. The incident highlighted the ever-present danger and the need for stringent security measures. Years later, former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was tragically killed. He was shot during a campaign speech. This event sent shockwaves through Japan and the international community, reminding us of the perilous nature of public service. These attacks highlight the very real dangers faced by public figures. They also force us to ask what goes on in the minds of these attackers, what drives a person to commit such a heinous act.
These acts are not just about politics, they are about psychology. Understanding the motivations behind these attacks requires a deep dive into the minds of the perpetrators. To understand these crimes, we need to understand the individuals who commit them. What are their backgrounds? What experiences have shaped their worldview? What makes them tick? What drives them to such extreme actions? Is it ideology, personal vendetta, or something more complex and deeply rooted in their psyche?
Let's delve into the complex world of the assassin's mind. By exploring their motivations and psychological profiles, we can gain a better understanding of the factors that lead to such tragic events and perhaps find ways to prevent them in the future. Inside the assassin's mind, what drives them? What compels someone to take such drastic, violent actions? Assassins are not all the same. Their motives vary widely, shaped by a complex web of personal and external factors.
Some are driven by political ideology. They believe their actions will bring about change or serve a greater cause. They see their target as a threat to their beliefs or their way of life, and they feel compelled to act. Others may harbor personal grievances. These individuals often feel deeply wronged or betrayed. They feel wronged, seeking revenge. Their anger and resentment fuel their actions. Mental illness can play a role, but it's not always the case. It's a factor that can exacerbate other issues.
Some assassins are driven by a need for notoriety. They crave attention, infamy, and the spotlight that comes with their actions. They see violence as a way to make their mark on the world, to be remembered, even if for the wrong reasons. It's rarely one factor alone. Often it's a combination of stressors and influences that push someone over the edge. It's often a combination of things, a toxic mix of personal, social, and psychological factors.
A toxic mix of anger, resentment, and mental instability can create a dangerous individual. Understanding these factors is key to prevention. By studying their motives, we can learn to identify warning signs. We need to identify potential threats before they act. Early intervention can save lives and prevent tragedy.
Mental illness or pure evil? Unraveling the truth. This question has puzzled experts and the general public alike for decades. Mental illness is often linked to assassination attempts, creating a narrative that can be both misleading and harmful. But it's not always that simple. The human mind is a complex puzzle, and the motivations behind violent acts are rarely straightforward.
Some assassins may have diagnosable disorders such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder, which can influence their actions. Others may exhibit traits of psychopathy or sociopathy, characterized by a profound lack of empathy and emotional depth. These conditions are marked by a lack of empathy and remorse, making it difficult for them to connect with others on an emotional level.
However, it's important to remember, most people with mental illness are not violent. They lead lives filled with challenges but are not inherently dangerous. They are far more likely to be victims than perpetrators, often suffering in silence and facing stigma. It's dangerous and inaccurate to label all assassins as mentally ill. Such generalizations can lead to further misunderstanding and prejudice.
Attributing these acts solely to mental illness ignores other crucial factors. We must consider the broader context in which these individuals operate. Political extremism, social isolation, and access to weapons all contribute significantly to the likelihood of such violent acts. It's a complex issue with no easy answers. Understanding the interplay of these factors is essential for addressing the root causes of such violence. The allure of power. Why Trump and Abe? Why are prominent figures like Trump and Abe targeted? The answer lies in their visibility and influence. They represent power, authority.
To some, they embody everything they despise. Attacking a high-profile figure guarantees attention. It sends a message. These individuals crave notoriety. They want their message heard, their actions witnessed.
Trump and Abe, both polarizing figures, attracted strong reactions. Their policies and ideologies sparked both admiration and hatred. This intense focus makes them lightning rods for violence. Section 5. Delusions of grandeur when reality blurs.
Some assassins operate under delusions of grandeur. They see themselves as heroes, saviors. They believe they are acting on behalf of a higher purpose. Their perception of reality is distorted. They may feel justified in their actions, convinced they are doing the right thing. This warped sense of self-importance fuels their violence. Their targets are not seen as human beings. They become symbols of oppression, obstacles to be eliminated. This detachment from reality makes their actions even more dangerous.
Section 6. The making of an assassin. Early warning signs.
Are assassins born or made? It's a question that continues to baffle experts. While there's no single profile, there are often red flags, early warning signs that may indicate a potential for violence. A history of violence, fascination with weapons, and social isolation are all cause for concern. Extremist views and a lack of empathy are also red flags. Identifying these individuals early on is crucial. Intervention programs and mental health support can help. We need to create a society where people feel heard and supported before they reach a breaking point.
Section 7. The power of influence media and extremist groups.
The media plays a powerful role in shaping public opinion. It can also influence potential assassins. Sensationalized coverage of violence can inspire copycat attacks. Extremist groups also exploit the media. They use it to spread their message of hate and incite violence. They glorify assassins as martyrs, fueling the cycle of violence. It's crucial to be mindful of the information we consume. We need to be critical thinkers, questioning what we read and see. We must not allow hate and extremism to flourish.
Section 8. The copycat effect. Inspiration for violence.
Assassination attempts can have a ripple effect. They inspire copycat attacks, fueling a cycle of violence. When one person acts on their violent impulses, others may follow suit. This copycat effect is particularly dangerous in today's digital age. News travels fast, and extremist content spreads like wildfire online. It's easier than ever for individuals to be radicalized. We need to be vigilant in combating this trend. Law enforcement agencies must work together to monitor online activity and disrupt potential threats.
Section 9. Protecting our leaders, security measures, and beyond.
Protecting public figures is a constant challenge. Security measures are crucial, but they can't eliminate all risks. We need a multifaceted approach to keep our leaders safe. Background checks, threat assessments, and intelligence gathering are all essential. But we also need to address the root causes of violence. This includes tackling issues like poverty, inequality, and access to mental health care. Security is not just about walls and weapons. It's about creating a safer, more just society for everyone.
Section 10. The psychological toll, impact on victims and society.
Assassination attempts leave lasting scars. The victims and their families endure unimaginable trauma. The psychological toll is immense, but it's not just the immediate victims who suffer. These acts of violence have a ripple effect impacting society as a whole. They sow fear, distrust, and division. We need to come together as a society to support the victims and address the underlying issues that contribute to violence. Only then can we hope to heal and prevent future tragedies.
Section 11, A Safer Future, Hope and Prevention.
While the threat of assassination attempts remains a constant concern, there is hope. By understanding the psychology behind these acts, we can work towards prevention.
We need to invest in mental health care, promote tolerance and understanding, and create a culture of peace.
This requires a collective effort from individuals, communities, and governments.
By addressing the root causes of violence and fostering empathy, we can create a safer future for everyone.
Let's choose hope over fear and work together to build a world where violence is not an option.